All right, guys, here we are again with agent interview video, and this is designed to help you guys get to know the agent that we work with, and help you make a better choice and choose the one you like best to work with. So today we're with the Plaza team. This is Ernie Plaza Sr. and his wife Angie Plaza, and we'll jump right in. So tell us a bit about you. How long have you guys been in real estate?
So my name is Ernie Plaza Sr. I've been in real estate. October makes 11 years full time. And Angie?
Yo soy Angélica Plaza y estoy en esta business hace 4 o 5 años.
Awesome.
All right. And so what did you guys do before you got into real estate?
So for me, of course, I'm retired military, right? Retired Army. I was the senior drill sergeant for the Orlando, Florida. I helped start up the drill sergeant unit. My last 3 years in, I was a career counselor for the Army Reserves, which I serviced all of Central Florida. In the civilian world, I was in manufacturing, where I ran facilities, management, basically from orange juice, plastic, lettuce, pharmaceuticals, and even prior law enforcement. So.
Okay.
Yo estaba viviendo en Colombia, estoy aquí hace 5 años y antes estaba trabajando en Colombia como administrando tiendas.
Awesome.
Okay. So what's your farm area? What areas you guys serve?
So being here in Orlando, Florida, the Lake Nona area, of course, Lake Nona, we've been here 11 years, right? But we go out about an hour and a half. So I've gone as far as Leesburg, Ocala, Daytona. I just closed one in Deltona, Haines City, Winter Haven, Orlando, Lake Nona, St. Cloud, Kissimmee, Point Siena, Celebration, and I used to be in law enforcement and went in a couple of those areas, so I know them all in and out. So we go out pretty far.
All right.
Es la misma respuesta en español, manejamos pues la misma, los counties, estamos en Osceola, en Orange, en Polk County.
Hour and a half perimeter. That's
Yeah.
a pretty good estimate. All right. So what would you say sets you guys apart from other agents or other teams?
What sets us apart from other agents and other team is we're not transactional. What I mean by that is it's not about the money. It's because my background is a drill sergeant and is training. I actually train our clients in the process, whether they're buying or they're selling. I'm training them. I'm not just going to give them a little pamphlet. We're going to go over it in our consultation. I do a lot of volunteering, so I am president of VAREP Central Florida. I've been president since 2019. I help. Another thing that sets us apart is that I have co-owner of 2 referral networks, national. So I have Military Agent Resource Network, and I have Hispanic leaders. And those are the things that we manage to be separate and different from everybody else.
Bueno, nosotros estamos ayudando siempre a las personas que quieran estar en este negocio en español, por lo menos yo me estoy dedicando mucho a eso. Tenemos pues un grupo creado de Hispanic Leaders donde todos los realtors pueden aprender allí sobre todo este negocio de real estate.
So we have a very huge network, a national network. Well, in one of our pages, we have 3,800 agents in that page. So if you need somebody in another area, right? If you're leaving Orlando going to Alabama, we have somebody in that network.
Which is a great resource, because if you're looking for a particular home or a particular vendor, a lender, or whatever, you got it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what are you guys' hobbies? What do you do outside of real estate?
Wow, so we're workaholics, but we do take time off because it's needed. And as a professional, our clients have to understand that as well, right? And for hobbies, we go fishing, we go to the beach. My wife got me a magnet thingy because we watch a lot of YouTube videos. Haven't found gold yet, but hey, and sometimes just planting, and like we did a bird bath, and we just put our video out there, and a lot of people loved it because we had the carnal, the male and the female bathing in there, and that was just relaxing.
Okay.
me encanta estar en familia. Recientemente tenemos una perrita ya hace un año y ese es nuestro amor y esa es nuestra dedicación ahora con la familia, nuestra perrita. Pasar tiempo juntos es lo que nos gusta.
Cookie.
All right. So, what does a typical client for the Plaza team look like?
A typical client for the Plaza team, believe it or not, I do a lot of relocations. I've helped a lot of people relocate to the Central Florida area. 1,000 people move to Central Florida a day. But it's you can't say typical, right? Because I'm also here for the people that I already helped, and like I helped them buy and we're selling their properties, right? A typical person would be someone who wants to sell their home, someone who wants to buy a home. They're open to someone feeding into them the process and guiding them, and then trusting us that we're going to be that resource, right? You have so many avenues out there, YouTube and all that stuff, but they're in different states. They're not here in Central Florida, and we live and breathe this a day, right? I've been doing this going on 11 years, so I've seen it all, experienced it all, right? And I could give the best advice when it comes to that, so yeah.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
Nosotros pues nos dedicamos mucho a ayudar a las personas para conseguir sus propiedades. Yo cuando entré a este negocio de bienes y raíces, yo estaba tratando de entenderlo todo, pero en el español, y era un poco difícil encontrar esa ayuda en español. Entonces traté de dedicarme en eso, en tener las traducciones en español originales, bueno, en fin, para poder ayudar a todas esas personas que necesitan ayudar a comprar o vender su propiedad en su idioma. Entonces hemos tratado de dedicarnos en eso.
Sí, eso es un punto muy bueno y serio. Un cliente típico en español es todos, porque muchos de los hispanos no entienden el proceso y ella sabe el proceso en español y tiene la experiencia mía de 11 años para ayudar a todos los hispanos a comprar o vender y que no se sienten perdidos y que alguien le está cogiendo, what's the word?
Que lo vayan a engañar diciendo
yes.
alguna cosa que no es o algo. Entonces por eso tratamos de que esto en español sea lo más sincero posible y que las personas lo puedan entender.
So basically we just said in Spanish, and this goes to our clients out there in English or any other language, it's also the protective nature of us. My law enforcement background, my military background of always protecting people. We bring that. That's just, it's not that we bring it, that's just who we are, and we want to, a typical client is someone who's looking someone they could trust, right? So, that's why I say in our marketing, a professional, right? We're your professional real estate team, because professional means that you're going to be serious, you're going to give them good advice, and that you're going to protect your client at all aspects.
Yeah, and you've certainly done that in the past. I'm a witness to that. We've had several transactions where something pops up, a hiccup, and Ernie has got the best advice for the clients to help them get to the closing table. So, all right, let's see here. So let's say someone's watching this video and they say, I like them. I really want to work with them. What would be their next steps?
If they want to work with us, you could give us a call. My phone number is 407-334-9959. And my email is Ernie, just like Sesame Street, ERNIE, at the Plaza Team, which Plaza is my last name as well, right? So it's the Plaza Team. And just email us, look for us on Facebook. You could contact us many ways, and then we'll start the process of setting up the consultation, whether it's selling or buying.
And all that will be in the bio below. All the Plaza Team's contact information will be below.
Yeah, thank you. Sí, nosotros queremos es tratar de ayudar a las personas, ¿cierto? Lo primero que quieren es tener las ganas de querer comprar o vender su propiedad, y luego nos llamas a nosotros, que nosotros te explicamos todo el proceso, tanto en inglés si lo necesitas, en español si lo necesitas, si eres veterano también, bueno, en fin, Nosotros explicamos todo el proceso, cómo es, y bueno, estamos aquí siempre para ayudarlos.
407-861-7587.
Angélica Plaza.
So this next question I love. I came up with this on my own, and let me tell you, buyers and sellers love this question too. So how often should real estate agents update their clients, and also what communication platform should they use?
Okay. I would say as often as possible. Our process is, even from the beginning, our admin, we create a group chat. After my consultation, we create a group chat, whether it's on WhatsApp or text message. WhatsApp, everybody likes. I know there's a stigma out there, but you can send video links and all that stuff, and it talks Android to iPhone and to computer. So in there, we already have our admin in there, and she's asking questions. When's your birthday? Where do you live now? Because our software is called Command, and it's a KW command software that they spent, I think it was like $1 billion to create this. And what he did is he took pieces of all different other types of softwares, and he had his developers create it. So in there's marketing, there's way to market, there's way to text, there's way to email. And then in there we have your information. Like if you're in California and you're moving here, your address is going to be there, and then when you buy, we update it, right? So throughout the entire process, mostly in the beginning, definitely after closing, and then we follow up every year and stuff like that. We try to reach out quarterly to our clients.
Con nosotros los hispanos siempre es como una familia, siempre nos tratamos así como si fuéramos una familia, nos convertimos los amigos, así sea un negocio, te vuelves ya de esa parte de esa familia. Entonces es fácil para nosotros como tener el seguimiento con nuestros clientes, porque se vuelven ya parte de nosotros. Entonces que si están guardados en nuestra información en nuestro app, pues, y bueno, ya ahí siempre nos estamos comunicando y haciendo los toques de si el cumpleaños o el Día de las Madres, bueno, en fin. Entonces esas son las formas como nosotros los hispanos nos podemos comunicar.
She talked about family, and that's true. We always try to, we make friends. They're not clients. We make friends. And I love it when our friends stop by. Like one of them brought their sandwiches that he made for us in the grill that he promised, and he brought it to us, right? And being a young team, even though I've been here 11 years, I always wanted to do all these things. We're working on our first sip and paint, where we're going to invite everybody to come and reconnect and paint something, right? And that's what people do. It's, we're blessed that we're going to be able to do that this year, because we're a young team, but I've been doing this for 11 years. But now we have a team, and we want to start building those aspects of the business, is creating the family. We have people that they send us cute pictures all the time when they finally did what they promised, and the same thing we do as well. So.
Yeah, relationships over transactions. I always say that.
Yes.
So, all right. So, how do you set client expectations when you're beginning that relationship?
Okay, client expectations, and I guess this is, when people hear drill sergeant, they think, oh my God, there's someone yelling at you all the time. I even have my hat in my office, right? But it's not about yelling. It's about the standard, right? And I think when you have the standard and you establish it first in your consultation, it will go a long way, right? So what I mean by that is, in my consultation, whether it's a listing or a buying, I go over how we're going to communicate, right? And we come to an agreement. It's not like, hey, you're going to do what I say. No, we come to agreement. Which platform do you like? Whatever, and we come to agreement how we're going to communicate. I educate them on the process, because even for listing, a lot of people think that, when you're doing a listing, there's nothing to talk about. Yeah, there's plenty to talk about when you're listing a house, right? Being a veteran, being president of VAREP Central Florida for going on 6 years, and we educate other realtors on how to service veterans in there. I bring that knowledge to the listings and the buyers. Like, so I have all those. That's why my consultations take long. I'm gonna be straight up honest. You want a professional? I'm gonna spend time on you. I'm gonna give you my time. I'm gonna educate you, and that's how they our clients know the standard, right? Because I give them training aids. That's a military thing, and they walk away with that, and so they're more comfortable knowing, right? And the feedback I always get, guys, and please forgive me, I'm gonna apologize now, is, wow, Ernie, that was long. And then on closing, that consultation came in handy because I already knew what was coming, and that's the standard. We educate them, and we come to an agreement how we're going to communicate.
Right.
Sí, nosotros prácticamente cuando entra un cliente con nosotros, que al principio es un cliente y después se vuelve familia, prácticamente lo cogemos de la mano y lo llevamos en todo el proceso, mostrándole todo. Desde un comienzo le hablamos cómo es el proceso y después seguimos cogiéndolos de la mano para seguir en el proceso. Por eso es que las personas siempre, cuando conocen a The Plaza Team, quieren estar con nosotros, porque saben que se sienten seguros y se sienten que nosotros estamos como el escudo protegiendo y explicando todas las cosas. Cuando yo entré acá, yo veía que todo estaba en inglés y yo no, esto hay que hacerlo en español. Entonces empecé a dedicarme a buscar las traducciones, a hacer todo en español para que las personas también lean y puedan, sí, ella está diciendo porque aquí lo dice, no es porque yo lo diga, sino porque en los papeles está escrito. Entonces, esa manera de nosotros coger el cliente y explicar todas las cosas y llevarlo al paso a paso, yo creo que eso es lo que las personas le motivan a estar con nosotros en The Plaza Team.
All right. So, how do you prepare a home to list, and what's the marketing plan look like when the listing goes live?
So part of our listing, how do I prepare a home is, again, I first do the CMA, the comparative market analysis, and I bring true facts. Sometimes that's hard for sellers to understand and accept because they see YouTube, they see this, they see Zillow, and all Redfin and all that stuff. But what they don't understand is if the price is there, the appraisers deduct how much concessions they give and stuff like that. Sellers don't understand that, right? And then that's why the market drops, right? The same way it went up in 2020. Those little things that are in the background that people don't understand. So I bring the comparative market analysis, I explain it in detail. I bring all my chicken scratch. I mean, I take the CMA, I highlight it, I promo, and I go over it. This is not an RPR report. That's a computer generated report, and it compares things left and right, which a lot of realtors do. No, I go into detail. My background is pharmaceutical, right? So I'm very detail oriented when it comes to documents and paperwork, and it shows in my presentation. And then we set up right then and then, if you're gonna list with me, we set up the appointment for the photos, and we give you a packet how to prepare for the photos. Because we're spending an average of $500 just on a cheap package, and that's stuff we pay.
Right, no matter if it closes or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then right then and then, our partners are already marketing on Facebook. Once it goes live, it's already being marketed on Facebook for a good circumference around the same area. And then it's also, we're tied in with a whole bunch of other syndicates, so throughout the nation, people see our listings.
Syndicated with all the other platforms.
Yeah, they see us in Puerto Rico, they see us in New York, they see us in California, everywhere. Yeah, and KW purposely paid for all those syndicates to do that, that's what I like about KW, and I'm not trying to promote that, I'm just saying his vision was, he wants that even the newest agent has a lot of resources to make them a full, strong realtor, so, and then we go live, and then we do open houses, so please be expecting that, because we want to do open houses. Mm-hmm. We have a team of people, we have 4 people on our team. It's me, Angie, Corey, and Natalia, and we have a veteran an intern that's coming on as well, so they want to do open houses, especially in today's market. Yeah, let the realtors do your open houses and stuff like that. So, and that's how we market it. And we keep going until it sells. Yeah.
Right.
Sí, nosotros algo más que agrego a lo que está diciendo Ernie es que siempre estamos hablando con la verdad de lo que está en el mercado. Si no llena tus expectativas o si llena tus expectativas, nosotros te mostramos el mercado. Claro que siempre toma la decisión la persona que quiere contratar nuestros servicios, pero no te vamos a engañar diciendo otras cosas que lo que tú quieras escuchar, sino lo que de verdad debemos decirte que es la verdad.
That's true. Yeah, we speak the truth, and there's been plenty of times we don't take a listing or we don't get a listing. There was an agent in the community. He had multiple listings, and that were still in the market. And then he said, "I could sell it to you in one day." And we did our presentation because they were veterans, right? And we educated everything. And by I mean that they gave us the opportunity, right? And I'm sorry, I don't see the numbers. And no, I can't list it 20 grand above. It's not in the market. So we're teaching the market when we're sitting there. And he says, I'm sorry, we're gonna go with this person because he says he has all these, all these networks and stuff like that of buyers that are buying because they were so close to Ocala and the villages. Unfortunately, that property is still on the market now, and the referring agent called me and said, I won't take it because they still want to be high. You have to be realistic, and that's what she was saying. We're going to tell the truth whether it hurts or not. We're going to say the truth, because then it sets the right expectation. The realtor's job is to get the most money for the seller when they're selling, right, and they're representing the seller. And part of that is being truthful and honest, and no matter how much it hurts, that your house is not there anymore.
Yeah, sure. And walking away from a transaction like that is how you maintain a positive 5-star review too. Mm-hmm. And avoid the negative reviews. So yeah, I'm with you on that. So how do you guys help buyers win in a competitive situation?
Okay. How do we help buyers win in a competitive situation? So like right now, even though it's a buyer's market, you're still being competitive with the seller, right? A lot of people don't understand, Mr. Sellers, you don't have to say yes, and Mr. Buyers, they don't have to say yes, right? Mm-hmm. But, that's why we educate the market on hand to separate us and help us win people is the knowledge that I have, especially with veterans. So in 2020, 21, 22, nobody wanted to accept a VA loan. That's part of VA rep's mission, right? To educate other realtors. And we've been doing this for a long time, right? I'm well known in the community. I mean, people call me in different areas of Florida just to ask me questions, right? So if you're a veteran and, I know about Tidewater, I know about all these other things, the elements of the VA, and that's how I'm winning the buyers to get under contract, right? By knowing the knowledge of the experience of it, right? But then we also watch the market and we see how much the houses have dropped. I call the listing agents and I get information from the listing agent about the seller's situation, because I teach real estate. It's not location, location, location. Yeah, it's where you want to live, but it all boils down to situation, okay? It's situational. What situation does the seller have? What situation does the buyer have? Like I got a buyer right now, it's like they're going crazy looking for a house because they're relocating. So their situation is like they're not going to be that picky, right? But we're making sure that they're being picky because they're going to move in, right? So real estate's about situation. It's not about location, because there's plenty of houses everywhere now, right? And back in the day when there was no inventory, no apartments, people moving in, there were different types of situations. So that's why I teach it that way,
So do you typically work with buyers or sellers, and which do you prefer?
I work with everybody. What I love about real estate, it still has me out in the street. When I was Popo, I was always out in the street. When I was in management, I was always locked in the facility, but always helping my employees, right? So I like to help buyers and sellers. If I have my favorite, I would say buyers. Because I get to be out there with them. I get to see that, like we just had a closing yesterday. He's a fellow veteran. He was VAREP. He's a fireman. He just got married. Well, he's gonna get married. They just got engaged. They're gonna get married at the end of the year, and they just bought their home. That right there is like, it's a win. You know, it's a win because I was part of that journey for them. You know, and it makes me feel, it's like kids, right? When one of your kids do something and they excelled and they did great, you're happy for them, right? That joy, and that's what I get from buyers. Sellers, it's the same thing when they're selling and they want to move on to their next level of their life, whether they're getting divorced, whether they're moving to another state, whether they're gonna sell here and retire there. I love being part of the journeys, right, of our people, of our friends. So we still talk to people that we help them move to Puerto Rico, and they send us cards every now and then. And when we go to Puerto Rico, we're gonna go visit them. You know, so there's no favorite, because I have to say, being part of their journey is what's the favorite for me.
Right. That's good.
Responder esta pregunta es como cuando le preguntamos a nuestra mamá a quién quieres más, a mi hermano o a mí. el primero o el segundo. Cada quien tiene lo bueno, cada quien tiene lo malo también. Yo en el equipo me encargo de buyers, de las personas que van a comprar propiedades en español, porque siempre me dedico a las personas que hablan español. Ya en inglés es con los otros realtors. Y me encanta buyers mucho, porque ver la satisfacción de las personas cuando ya tienen su propiedad y verles la cara de la alegría, saber de que ahí va a empezar un nuevo hogar, eso te emociona. Entonces ahí juega mucho la emoción y la satisfacción.
All right. So let's say a potential buyer or seller is looking for an agent today. What should they look for and what should they avoid?
What should a potential buyer look for in an agent today? Do your research. And what I mean, okay, I'm not saying it because I have 11 years now, right? Because my level of service has been the same all these years, right? My energy to help someone buy has been the same. I love being part of that process, right? It was like when, you know, in law enforcement, I loved helping, right? And it's the same thing. So the reason why I say that is because I'm 11 years in, right? So you want to look for knowledge, but you want to look for their drive. You know, do a little bit of research, see their reviews, right?
Yeah, that's a good one,
you know,
reviews.
Check their reviews. See if they have a specialty. I don't want to say niche because me being a veteran is not a niche. It's my life. And, you know, it's me speaking Spanish. I am bilingual. She's fully Spanish, right? So those are not niches. That's just who we are. And you want to look for an agent that's going to fit you, right? How they communicate, you know. Ask them the questions. How do you explain the process? Well, how are you going to set me up for success, right? What happens if we have a problem? Mm-hmm. Ask those questions when interviewing, right? Interviewing, see? And we get a lot of referrals through the nation, right? I would say about 75-80% of my business is referrals, right? That says a lot about us because people nationwide, right? And even other countries are sending us referrals because they know our service. So it's if I was going to say someone it's all that. You know, you have a lot of access these days in the internet world, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, just Google it.
Yeah, it's not hard to research someone nowadays.
And ChatGPT is another good source.
New ChatGPT. Yo creo que a mí me buscan mucho las personas, pues que mis clientes que he tenido en español, es por eso, porque hablo español, porque todos mis videos son en español, porque si hay una entrevista en inglés, yo hablo español. Entonces, yo creo que a las personas que hablamos español y que tenemos el inglés aprendiéndolo, por ejemplo, o que lo tenemos como un segundo idioma, quieren como esa confianza de que con ella sí puedo hablar en esto y puedo expresarme mejor con ella. Entonces, así yo me he ganado, obviamente que también por la experiencia que siempre me respalda con lo de Ernie de 11 años en este mercado. Entonces, la experiencia y el hablar español, pues creo que eso es lo que ha ganado.
You know, I want to add one thing. Being Spanish, we have a mindset, right, that's different than other cultures. And that was one of my missions, is to be there for my Spanish culture. Because I bought my first house, I was 20, because I had someone mentoring me at work. You know, in the Spanish culture, we didn't have a lot of people. Now we have a lot of videos and stuff like that, but that's why I'm so happy that she is really taking that, because she goes even further depth than I could, because she could articulate better than I could. And it's part of that protecting, right? You know, I bought my first 3 houses actually, and didn't even know what I was signing, right? So we bring that professionalism, like we explain it, you know, and in Espanol, she explains it, and she changes all her materials into Spanish to help people understand it. That way, like she said, they feel secure, that someone's going to help them do the goal, right? You know, help them, truly help them, and explain it. You know, sometimes people, I'll just sign, okay, you know, I'm trying to explain it to you, but that's just the culture, you know.
Yeah, you're right too. An educated buyer or seller makes rapid and confident decisions, so it's beneficial to everyone. So, what's one piece of advice that you wish every client knew before considering buying or selling a home?
That not every loan type, every program, every thing you see on the internet is going to be for you. You have to be realistic that everything in this world has questions to qualify you. When you're getting a loan, they're asking you these questions purposely to see how strong of a buyer you are, right? And then from there, what they can offer you. If you say, you know, Bobby got this, how come well, Bobby has a whole different situation than you, right? So I think if coming with an open mind of that, and then allowing the experts to guide you, right? Because they're working for you. A realtor is working for you, right? Just like when you go to a lawyer and they go work for you and they know all the laws and all that stuff, right? Realtors know all the rules, and they should know all the rules, right? If you did your due diligence, right, and pick the right person, they should be the best person to protect you and get you there. So,
all right.
Repita en español.
Question.
What is one piece of advice that you wish clients and I'll cut this too, so we'll make it blend together. So a piece of advice the client you wish they would know.
Una cosa que un cliente, que tú quieres que un cliente sepa o debe saber antes comprando. Como yo hablé de que tengan una mente abierta, que nosotros somos los experts, right? Y que no todo lo que ellos ven por ahí va a ser para ellos, porque ellos tienen que cualificar, you know, something like that.
Okay. Para responder esto, para mí, pues la persona pues escuche, tenga conocimiento de lo que él quiere. Primero, planificar de verdad lo que él quiere. Y segundo, escucha varias opciones. ¿Por qué? Porque el que más te convenga, el que más, tú te sientas más feeling. Yo siempre le digo a mis clientes, por ejemplo, cuando llegan a mí, porque sí sienten el feeling conmigo, pero necesitan una persona para financiar su crédito, por ejemplo, yo les pregunto, ¿tienes algún candidato o algo? me dicen que no, entonces yo le puedo dar algunos consejos, algunas preguntas que deba hacerle a la persona que él desee escoger. ¿Para qué? Para que escuche varias opciones, escucha lo que más te convenga. No solamente con una sola persona te tengas que casar, sino que escucha el que más te convenga y así tú tomas la mejor determinación. No te vayas con lo primero que vayas a encontrar.
She made a good point. You know, for them to listen and stuff to the people we put in front of them, right? And I want to say that in English as well, that you know, we have a lot of partners. You're one of our partners, right?
Yeah.
We've closed many deals together. You have demonstrated to me that you're professional, that you're everything you do, your reports are clear, everything like that, right? If I need something, you're there. If the clients need something, you're there. That's the same thing with lenders, right? If I refer a lender, it's because they've already closed many homes with me, and I already vetted their process. Communication. My pet peeve is communication the last 3 days before closing. I have fired many lenders because they ghost me and they ghost my clients. That's a big no-no for me. So any lenders out there, you want to work with me, don't do that, because my clients are stressed out because they're not getting an answer. And for me, that's a big no-no. I don't care if it's like, I don't have an update with yet, you know, I'll give you one as soon as I get it. That's okay, because then I could give that to the client, right? So that's part of the process and part of being prepared, right? Listening to if we have someone that we could refer, right? Hey, this is someone I've worked with before. They specialize in VA loans. They specialize in this. They specialize in this program. I'm not giving anybody a name unless I know I already trust them.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Serious.
Right. Most top agents like yourself have built a board of directors around them, people that they work with and they know and trust. So, yeah, absolutely. So, all right, so is there any questions that I've missed? Is there anything you wish that I would have asked, or is there any last message you want to give to anybody?
I'm not really good for being on the spot here. Normally I'm over there. To everybody out there, whether you're in Washington State or New Jersey or Alabama, anywhere out there, the Plaza team, we do have networks of nationally already proven, you know, I don't want to say certified, but agents that I know I trust, right? We have a big network of Hispanic leaders. I think we have like 2,000 something,
Wow.
2,600 members. MARN, we have about almost 3,800. You know, I have an answer. You know, in the military, it's I remember this. I don't know that, but I'll get right back to you. That's literally how I live my life. If there's something that comes my way and I don't have an answer, I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna research it. I'm gonna get you the correct answer. So for everybody out there, the Plaza team, we're here in Central Florida, Orlando, Lake Nona, Kissimmee, Point Siena. I'm not afraid of Point Siena. I love Point Siena. Celebration, St. Cloud. Davenport. We do a lot of investment homes. We do a lot of second homes and a lot of relocations. And it's something, if you want someone that you could trust, I would like to say that's us. We're professional. We have a law enforcement background. We have a military background. And we've been doing this for 11 years in the same company, same areas. And we expanded out nationally to be that resource for you. For anything you need, we're that resource for you.
Okay.
Nosotros de Plaza Team, pues Ernie fue el que creó The Plaza Team. Siempre empezó desde hace 11 años atrás y tenía como la mente de tener como su equipo, y que ya lo está creciendo gracias a todas las personas que han llegado a nosotros. ha hecho de que esto crezca, porque no solamente somos los dos, hay dos realtor más, hay un admin, hay otros de VA admin, o sea, se está creando una empresa para ayudar a todos, porque solito no podíamos, entonces tocaba crearlo, y gracias a todos ustedes de verdad por ayudarnos a nosotros a crear esta compañía de The Plaza Team. Gracias a todos.
All right, there you have it, folks, the Plaza Team. So there's Angie, Ernie with their administrative staff. If you guys are interested, reach out to them anytime. Their information is below. So thank you guys. Great interview. Appreciate it.
Muchas gracias.
Pasa buen día.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.